Okay, so welcome to the second experiment in the series of experiments that you're going to be doing. We're looking at basic mechanics. So we're going to use an air track to look at the laws of collision and the laws of motion. So we'll be looking first at Newton's first law, which states that an object free of forces moves at a constant velocity. We'll also be looking at the law of conservation of momentum as it works for an inelastic collision. And we'll also be looking at measuring the acceleration of gravity. So we're using some equipment here, and this is quite a modern experiment. We've upgraded this experiment quite significantly to be in line with something that a modern laboratory would use. So we have sensors, we have a data acquisition system, which is interfaced with the computer. And you can do your analysis on the computer. So first of all, we have an air track. So we're looking at Newton's law, first law, in a frictionless environment. So that's provided by our air track. We also have these two sensors here and here. So this is photogate 1, this is photogate 2. The way the photogate works is it has a light which emits to a sensor. Now when we block off the sensor, we get an on signal. So we have a sensor at the start and one at the end. Okay, so we also have a laptop computer. We have the Vernier LabQuest data acquisition system, which takes the signal from the sensors and puts it into the computer. So we have a long metal glider here. That's our first glider. It has a picket fence on the top. And you'll notice that it has a series of dark strips and light strips. So remember when I said the sensor, when you cut the sensor off, you get an on signal. So these provide an on signal every 1 centimetre or 0.01 of a metre. So we have a defined distance then on this cart. So as it moves through our sensor, we get a series of on states. And this will send the time to the computer that each one of these on states occurs. So if we have the time and we have the distance, we can calculate the velocity. It's just the distance divided by time. We also have 4 pieces of wood, which you'll know what they're about later. We have a micrometer for precise measurement, 2 magnets, and various attachments. Okay, so we've just turned on the pressure to the air track. So there's air coming out of these little holes now, and you can see that our cart is frictionless. So the first thing we need to do is to make sure that our track is level, because if there is any tilt to it, we should have an acceleration due to gravity, and we don't want that in the first part of our experiment. So what we need to do is make sure that it's level. So we can see that if the track is causing the cart to move in one direction, then there must be a tilt in it. So we put our cart in the center and adjust the air track from this end. Don't touch these light blue knobs here, just this single knob at the end. And adjust that until our cart is stable in the center of the track. It's okay if there's a slight movement. That should be fine. Right, so we want to launch the glider from this end of the track with the single foot. So this is photogate 1. Your data will be from photogate 1 here, and the final data will be from photogate 2 over here. So this is where you will launch from. So on your laptop, there'll be an icon, Mech Labs, in the middle of the screen there. So you want to click on that, and it will open up. And you'll open to a screen here where we have a data table, and we also have a graphing table here. So you'll notice a big green button up the top here with collect. So once you press that button, that collect button, the first photogate waits for some data to come through. Once the cart's traveled through the first photogate and through the second one, you just press stop and you have all of your data. So I'll demonstrate that. We put our cart on the track, press collect, and you'll notice that you start getting data through the first photogate, and then data for the second photo gate. So, and then just press stop.